Praise for dependent relativity. Through what you realized and proclaimed, the foremost knower and guide subdue, I bow to you who saw and taught dependent relativity. Whatever troubles of this world, the root is ignorance you taught, the insight which reverses it, dependent relativity. How then would the intelligent not comprehend this pathway of dependent relativity to be your teaching's very core? In such a case then no one could find anything more wonderful to praise you for than setting forth dependently arising Lord. What on conditions does rely is empty of inherent being. What way of fine instruction more astounding than this utterance? Fools grasping at it fastens tight their fetters of extremism. The same for wise ones is the means to sever fabrication's net. No others with this teaching seem, so you alone we teach your name. Afford us praises all although, like that of foxes for the line. O wondrous teacher, refuge too, O wondrous speaker, guardian. I bow to you who taught so well dependent relativity. Our benefactor voidness is the essence of the teachings that you gave for wandering beings saved. Dependent relativity, the peerless reason proving that. What way for those to grasp your view, who see its functioning as unproved or contradictory you affirmed? Once voidness is perceived as what arising independence means, and voidness of inherent being, and act and agent harmonize, not contradict is seen reversed, the void not fit to act and on. What acts no voidness then you said, one plunges to a dread abyss. From what you taught praise most you saw, arising independence then, beholders to inherent being, and thorough nihilists do not, the non-reliant a skyflower, thus non-dependence but a naught. Establishment by essence blocks, reliance on conditional cause. You taught us only objects that dependently arise exist, thereby no objects save those that are empty of inherent being. Inherent being has no reverse. You taught so if things had such being, that no nirvana neither could, or fabrications be reversed. Thus absence of inherent being within the counsels of the wise. But who could face this lie and draw, repeatedly resounding forth, dependent on this occurs, or versions of this well accord, with not the least inherent being? What need to say they do not clash, by reason of arising in dependence, no dependence on. Extreme misuse for these fine words, your speech is unexcelled, O Lord. These all are void of essence, and from this arises this effect. These two discernments mutually are not opposed, for each helps each. What is the more astonishing, or what more wonderful than this? So praising you on this account is praise indeed, another is, that those who nurse ill will for you, being slaves of ignorance, shall find the sound of no inherent being. Unbearable is no surprise when some accept arising in dependence, precious treasury of your speech, yet cannot bear the call of voidness. Then I am surprised, best thought to know inherent being, dependent relativity. Those none may early for it, but who grasp at its inherent being, well, how can they be led along the unequal route, the excellent superior beings have followed well, the noble path which pleases you, the relative contingent made, inherent being unmade and not, contingent how are these two not, just contradictory on one base, and so what things dependently arise though free forever from, inherent being appear that way, all like illusions then you said, by this we also properly may hold to the conclusion that no disputant on genuine grounds can challenge anything you taught. And why? Because by teaching this you render distant any chance to reify or deprecate unseen or seen phenomena. This very path arising in dependence calls to see your speech is unsurpassed, gives certainty. What else you taught is valid too. You saw things as they are and taught that well your students' troubles then will all recede away since they will halt all defects at the root, who turn away from what you taught, may long perform austerities, yet they fixated on the self, but someone faults repeatedly. Amazing when the wise perceive the difference between these two, then from the very marrow shall they not have reverence for you. What need to mention many of your teachings ascertaining just, in general just the meaning of, a part bestows a special joy. Confusion seized my mind alas, though taking refuge for so long in that array of qualities, no part of one have I attained. But while thy stream has not yet sunk inside the mouth of death, the Lord, I count it fortunate to have belief in you, however slight, of teachings out of relativity, of insight into that these two, as in these realms the great subduer stand. Supreme, you saw this well, no others did. Your teachings start from and proceed to relativity alone, and with nirvana as the goal. No deed of yours was not for peace. Amazing that your teachings bring all those whose ears are reached to peace. So who will not hold in esteem the preservation of your word? All opposition it destroys, no contradiction found within. It yields all creatures dual aims. My pleasure in this system grows, for countless ages for its sake. You gave away repeatedly, at times your loyal life, the ones you loved amass a wealth. And when you saw its qualities, this doctrine drew your heart as dust. A hook of fish had fate for me, not hearing it from you yourself, in virtue of this sorrow strength, just like a mother's mind that is intent upon a darling child. My mind might never deviate, and dwelling on your speech I think of you, O teacher, blazing with the glories of the signs and marks, and haloed by a radiant light, and your sweet voice discoursing thus, and thus as moon rays fevers pass. O sage, your likeness brings relief in just appearing to my mind. A marvellous and excellent a system this, yet those who have no mastery were like Balbaja, in every which way tangled up. I recognize the plight and so, with great endeavour following the masters for the meaning you intend to search repeatedly. I studied many texts our own, and those of others at this time. My mind was yet repeatedly all baffled in a net of doubts, when through the Lama's kindness I beheld the grove of all the texts of Nagarjuna foretold to show just how your highest vehicle shines, the extremes of being and non-being both, may bloom by white like garlands of the speech of glorious moonosphere, wax full of stainless wisdom sails, uncheck the heaven of sacred speech, dispels the heart's extremest gloom, outshines the stars of erring talk. Oh, then my mind arrived at rest. Of all the deeds, the deed of speech was best of that, of this, and so. With this your reason, learned ones, remember the enlightened one. As follower of this teacher I went forth, and not ill-versed in the subduous speech. I strove in yoga practice as a monk, such my devotion for that mighty seer. The kindness of the Lama brought me to the foremost teacher's teaching, so to I. This virtue dedicate as course for all, being cared for by a holy spiritual friend. A helper's teachings till the world's end be, not shaken by the wind of evil thoughts, and be it ever full with those who find trust in the teacher, knowing what he taught. Of life or body be the cost, may we maintain no moment's faltering all our births, dependently arising suchness this, pure doctrine that the sage made manifest. The best of guides through countless trials stress this, to be the essence, and let day and night pass in examining whatever ways by which what he achieved can be increased. Who strive this way with pure and high resolve, your Brahma, Indra, worldly guardians and protectors, Mahakala and the like, without distraction always lend your aid.